Now that's our shape of our C, and we can cut that and we can get our rhinestones in there. But we might also want to fill the whole C up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the, take the select tool might help, take the actual outline, go up to our offset button. We've got an internal offset because I want to make another C slightly smaller. And I'm going to go back to millimetres. I do swap between millimetres and inches depending on what I'm doing. So sometimes if you're doing things like rhinestones and that, you know they're set in millimetres, and it makes it slightly easier to get a fine adjustment. So I've got my offset line in there, but I want it to be, let's go back again, I have got it selected. Let's delete that and we'll start again. Select it, internal offset, which is what you can just about see it in there, but I want it to be set about 6 millimetres because I want to clear the width of these ones. So we say apply, and you can see it's put another line inside. So again, take your text tool, type a row of zeros and drag that not to the outside one. We want to carry on going. Now if it wants to go around the outside and you can't separate it, just take that inside one out. Now it'll fit. There we go. More zeros. And drag down so that it will go inside. I think that's okay. If we put another one in, I think it's going to cross over too much, but I think that would be alright. So just bring that down and place that inside. You see, now that's fine. I'm quite happy with that at the moment. I know we've got some overlapping up here. Oh, I'll just move that. We've got some overlapping up here, which I'm going to sort out now. Now we can't move them, as you see. When I tried to move that just now, it moved the whole thing. So let's do the outside ones first. Select it, and we go down the bottom here, and you see that they're grouped. So we need to ungroup them. So just click on that, and it'll ungroup. It takes a few minutes because there's quite a few in there. There we go. And as soon as we've done that, you can see you've got little squares, and you can move each one of these individually. I'm going to take one out and just move these by eye, just to give us a little bit more space. And the same down the bottom here. Take one out and move them round slightly. Now the outside ones I'm quite happy with. Now we need to do the same with the inside. Ungroup it. Take a minute. There we go, there's our squares. Let's take that one out. Take that, not that one. If you take one that you don't want, just use the undo button. That one can come out. And just space these over. It is a little bit time consuming because unfortunately we've got no automatic way of doing this. We have to do it by eye. Now if I move those round a little bit, not that one, we're moving the wrong one there. We can just move this. That's better. Just get a slightly more pleasing shape, and the same at this bottom one here. Move one of those. That looks okay. Just delete these ones that we don't want. We can take the actual shape letters, the letter shapes out, because we don't need those. Just select them and delete them. And if we're quite happy with that, I mean, we might want to play around with it a little bit more and get these to be a little bit more even, but this is just a quick one to show you what to do. Now that you can save that and you can cut that on your silhouette or robo now, but what it will do, because these are zeros, they've got or O's I should say, they've got an inside and an outside. If I zoom in a little bit more there, you can see, so it's going to cut 2 rows, which is okay, it will do it, but it is a little bit time consuming, and also it's harder on your blade. It will cut it out, but we've got one way of getting around that. So let's just zoom out again, edit and select all, and then go up to your modify and release. And what that, you can see there, you've got 2 boxes. Now this is the time consuming bit, but it doesn't actually, once you get in the swing of it, it doesn't take that long. You needed to release it because the outside and the inside of each one of these O's is joined together, so you needed to release it from its path. Now you can just select those and drag them out. When you've got a group of them, drag a box around and delete them. So it's a little bit time consuming, but you get into the swing of it, and you know, you can zoom through them fairly quickly. Once you've got those all removed, you can just, if you wanted to, you could move the inside ones if you just felt like that one there's touching a little bit. So we might need to reshape our letter just a little tiny fraction, just so that they're not overlapping. Now if you find that you need an extra one, you can just copy and paste and then place that one in the gap. There's our finished C. Now that took me just under 2 minutes to take all of those centres out, so it doesn't take that long. Now one thing you have to be careful of is when you are actually taking the little centre out, is that you take the centre out. Once you've finished, have a glance around and you can see that this one down here, I've actually taken the outside away and not the centre, so we need to replace that one. So just drag it out, select one next to it and copy and paste, and then we can put that one in. Now you will find when you're cutting, if you do that, it's best to look carefully as you're going, but if you do replace that, that will cut after the other parts have cut, because obviously that's the last one you made. But it's not a problem, it will just go back and do that. So that's how you make a quick rhinestone letter.